The VUP might be the best core movement out there, but is it right for you? Did you answer heck no? It's okay if you did, because the VUP is a pretty difficult movement. But you know what? I've got a few variations to show you, and I promise that one of them will be the perfect fit for you. So, stick around to find out. Hey you, Coach Tyler here with WeShape, and this video is all about finding the best variation for you of one of my favorite core movements. And this is important because our goal is not to focus on pressuring you to change how you look, but rather to help you connect with your body and learn to move your body better, because moving better is feeling better. And a strong core is one of the foundations for good movement. So, I already showed you the VUP in the beginning of this video, which is an amazing core movement, but it's out of reach for most people. However, at WeShape, our core philosophy is that our workouts have a variation that is appropriate for you. So, even though you might not be able to do the VUP, you can probably do something like a reverse crunch, slightly bent leg raises with arms overhead, or maybe even hollow tuck-ups. So, what I'm gonna do is walk you through each variation, starting from easiest to hardest. And once you find the right variation for you, I'll hook you up with a follow-along workout that you can use to build an amazing amount of core strength, regardless of what level you're at right now. All right, let's get right to it. Oh, but real quick, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy this content. And then click that little bell icon too, and you'll get a notification every time we release a video just like this. Okay, let's dive into the reverse crunch. Okay, we're gonna start with the easiest variation called the reverse crunch. So follow along and I'll show you how to do it with perfect form. From there, we'll go to the harder variation and we'll keep doing that until we get to the hardest variation, which I'll show you at the end of this video, okay? So start by laying down on your back, and the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna make a little diamond with your fingers like this, and you're gonna place that right underneath your tailbone. Now that's really important because that helps encourage the pelvis to be in the right position. What I mean by that is this: when you do any sort of leg raise exercise, what you don't want is you don't want your lower back off the ground. You don't want to be able to put your fingers under here like this. What you want to do is focus on pressing the lower back into the ground and tilting the pelvis like this. So that little diamond there helps you tilt the pelvis the appropriate way. Now, like I just said, from there, press the lower back into the ground and keep it there the entire time. If you can lift your head and think tall through the top of your head. But if that strains your neck too much, go ahead and rest your head on the ground or on a pillow, okay? From there, you're gonna squeeze your legs together and you're going to bring them up to this position. And you can either let your knees rest like this or come to a 90-degree angle. Now, from there, you're gonna come down slowly, making sure that lower back stays in contact with the ground. Tap your heels and bring your knees back up to the top position. Now you're gonna repeat this slow and controlled, inhaling as you go down, exhaling as you come up, and trying to bring your knees nice and close to your chest in the top position. Now, if you can do 10 repetitions of this with perfect form, and it's not too difficult for you, then let's move on to the next variation. This next variation is called the slightly bent leg raise, and it's gonna build on the reverse crunch and make it just a little bit harder. So, start out the same way you did with your reverse crunch. Make that diamond, stick it under your tailbone, press the lower back in the ground, tall to the top of your head. From here, we're gonna straighten our legs or keep them slightly bent. Now you're gonna come down, slow and controlled, inhaling as you go down, just like before, as far as you can, and then come back up. Now, really important here, as you go to this more difficult variation, it's very easy to come down and to let your lower back and your chest lift off the ground. So if your lower back comes off the ground, that's when you wanna stop and return to the start position. And the goal is from there to be able to slowly work your way down to coming to where your heels are just above the ground and back up without losing that torso position. This is really important because if you practice this exercise where your body's opening up like this every time, you're going to expose your lower back to potentially getting injured, and you're not really working out your core in the first place. So drive that lower back into the ground, keep it there the entire time as you go up and down. And just like before, if you can do 10 of these, with perfect form without it feeling too difficult, then you can move on to the next, more difficult variation. Okay, I sure hope you're learning a lot about these great core movements, but I wanted to say that if you like the information that you're learning here and you're looking for a workout that not only meets you where you're at, but also teaches you how to love your body rather than feel pressure to change it, then I think you'll love what we've created over at WeShape. Just click the link below and try it out for free, okay? This variation is called the arms overhead leg raise, and it's gonna get a little bit more difficult than the last two. So follow along if you can, but make sure you do it with perfect form or you just save it for another day. So start by lying down on your back, same position. This time you're gonna focus on pressing your lower back into the ground, but instead of putting your hands underneath your butt, you're gonna take your thumbs up like this and you're gonna put your arms overhead. Now right here, it's important, don't shrug your shoulders up. You're not pressing your arms up like this. Your shoulders are down like this. So back and down, keep them there as you put your arms overhead. Lower back stays against the ground, and this time I want you to straighten your legs, squeeze your legs and your ankles together and point your toes. Now, come down slow and controlled, keeping the lower back in contact with the ground, right above the floor, and come back up, okay? Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up, and really focus on that lower back pressing the ground. If you start to lift up like this, you went too far. So again, you can practice this movement only in small ranges of motion and eventually work up being able to do it in that full range of motion. Now, if you can do this arms overhead leg raise with your legs straight with perfect form for 10 repetitions, then you can move to the next variation, which is called the hollow tuck up. Okay, this is the last and most difficult variation that I'm gonna teach you today. And it's gonna build upon the last variation, and it's gonna take a little bit of balance and coordination in the top position to be able to hold that for a fraction of a second under control and then come back down to the start position. So, this is going to start and end at the position that you finished at with the arms overhead leg raise. So, the start position is gonna look like this. Legs up, arms overhead, thumbs down just like before, press the lower back into the ground, tall to the top of the head, bring your legs down like this, and this is your start position. Now from here, you're going to bring your knees towards your chest, come up to the start position, try to balance for a sec. It takes some practice to get that control, and then come back down to that hollow position here. Come up, find that balance, come back down under control. Come up, find that balance, come back down under control. Inhale as you're down here, exhale as you come up. And try to keep your legs and your feet squeezed together the entire time. Now again, this is really good to practice slow at first and fast once you feel like you've got the form down. If you can do 10 of these with perfect form, slow and controlled, you're gonna have an amazingly strong core. All right, there you have it. The 4 different variations of the VUP that you can use to connect with and strengthen your core so you move better and feel better in your body. Now, if you like this video, we have a great core workout that you can try right here. It works regardless of what variation you felt was a good fit for you, and you can come back to it over and over again to make progress. I'll see you there.